Hong Kong. The name itself conjures images of a city that never sleeps. It is a place of incredible energy. Here, millions of lives are lived in a space that seems impossibly small. The city is a vertical forest, not of trees, but of concrete and steel. Skyscrapers pierce the clouds, standing shoulder to shoulder like ancient giants guarding a precious treasure. Below them, a river of humanity flows endlessly through canyons of glass and neon. This is one of the most densely populated places on Earth. Every square inch of land is fiercely contested, a testament to the immense pressures of modern urban life. The air hums with a constant electric buzz, a symphony of commerce, conversation, and survival. This remarkable density creates a unique ecosystem. Look closely, and you can see how life has adapted. Walkways and escalators snake between buildings, creating aerial pathways high above the bustling streets. Trams, with their distinctive double-decker design, glide through crowded districts like patient herbivores navigating a crowded plain. The sheer number of people forces a kind of vertical living that is almost unparalleled anywhere else in the world. Apartments are stacked one upon another, reaching dizzying heights. From a distance, the city's skyline is a breathtaking spectacle of human ambition. But as we draw closer, we begin to see the immense strain this verticality places on its inhabitants. The island geography of Hong Kong is both a blessing and a curse. Surrounded by the South China Sea and dominated by steep, unbuildable mountains, the flat land available for development is exceptionally scarce. This natural constraint has shaped the city's destiny, forcing it to grow upwards instead of outwards. The result is a metropolis where the natural world and the man-made world collide in a dramatic and sometimes brutal fashion. The pressure to house a population of over 7 million people in such a confined area has led to some of the most extreme living conditions imaginable. It is a daily struggle for space, a competition where the stakes are as high as the buildings themselves. From the peak of Victoria Harbour, one can observe this entire drama unfold. The lights of Kowloon and Hong Kong Island twinkle below, a galaxy of human activity. Ferries crisscross the water, connecting the different parts of this sprawling organism. It is a scene of immense beauty and power. Yet, hidden within this glittering panorama is a darker story. It is a story of survival, of people forced to live in spaces so small, they challenge our very understanding of what a home is. In the shadows of these magnificent towers, a different kind of life exists, one that is often invisible to the outside world, a life lived on the very edge of human endurance. Imagine a home smaller than a parking space. Now imagine it is even smaller than that. Welcome to the world of the Coffin home. These are not apartments in any traditional sense. They are wooden boxes, stacked on top of one another in a subdivided flat. Each unit is just large enough for a single person to lie down. There is no room to stand, no window to the outside world. The space measures, on average, around 15 square feet. It is a living space reduced to its most basic and most brutal function, a place to sleep. The air is often thick and stagnant, shared with a dozen other residents in the same partitioned room. The daily routine for a resident of a coffin home is a study in extreme confinement. To enter their home, they must often crawl. Inside, all their worldly possessions are crammed around them. A small television might be mounted on the wall, a few clothes hung from a hook. Eating, sleeping, and resting all happen within this tiny wooden shell. The only escape is into the shared common area, which is often just a narrow corridor with a single rudimentary toilet and a basic cooking facility. The lack of privacy is absolute. Every cough, every sigh, every restless turn in the night is heard by one's neighbors, just inches away. Why would anyone choose to live in such conditions? The answer, for most, is that there is no choice. The cost of these tiny boxes is astonishingly high, often consuming a significant portion of a low-wage worker's income. Rents can be equivalent to several hundred US dollars per month. For those earning minimum wage, working as cleaners, security guards, or dishwashers, a conventional apartment is an impossible dream. The Coffin home, as grim as it is, represents a foothold in the city. It is a place to rest a weary body after a long day's work, a shelter from the streets, however small and undignified it may be. The psychological toll of such an existence is immense. Living without natural light, without fresh air, and without personal space can be deeply damaging. Residents speak of a constant feeling of claustrophobia, of being trapped. And yet, amidst this hardship, one can also find a strange sense of community. Neighbors share food, look out for one another, and offer support in times of need. They are bound together by their shared circumstances, creating a fragile social network in the most unlikely of places. It is a powerful example of human resilience, a testament to the will to survive even in the most oppressive environments. If the Coffin home represents an extreme in urban living, the cage mansion is a descent into an even deeper level of deprivation. Here, the living space is not a wooden box, but a metal cage. These are simple wire mesh cages, stacked 2 or 3 high, resembling something one might find in an animal shelter. Each cage measures roughly 6 feet by 2.5 feet, just large enough for a thin mattress and a few personal items. Residents lock themselves in at night with a padlock, not for privacy, but for security, to protect their meager belongings from theft. The term mansion is a cruel irony, a name that mocks the grim reality of life within. The environment in a cage mansion is often squalid. Dozens of cages are crammed into a single dilapidated apartment unit. The air is foul, thick with the smell of unwashed bodies, stale food, and dampness. Bed bugs and other pests are a constant problem. A single bathroom is shared by all residents, and sanitation is poor. These are spaces that have been left behind by progress, hidden away in the crumbling old buildings of districts like Sham Shui Po. They are a stark and visceral symbol of the city's housing crisis, a raw wound on the face of a wealthy, modern metropolis. It is a way of life that strips away human dignity layer by layer. The residents of these cages are almost exclusively single, elderly men. They are the forgotten casualties of Hong Kong's economic miracle. Many have worked their entire lives in low-paying manual labor jobs, contributing to the city's growth, but never earning enough to secure a future for themselves. With no family to support them and inadequate social safety nets, they are left with little choice. The cage is all they can afford, the final rung on the housing ladder before homelessness. They are trapped by poverty, age, and infirmity, living out their final years in conditions that are almost medieval. Life in a cage is a lonely existence. The residents are isolated, not just from the rest of society, but often from each other. There is little social interaction, just a quiet, shared misery. Each man is an island, confined to his own small world of wire mesh. They spend their days trying to pass the time, perhaps watching a small portable television or simply lying on their backs, staring at the ceiling. It is a life devoid of hope, a waiting game. These cage dwellers are a haunting reminder that behind the glittering facade of every great city, there are people who have been left behind, living in the darkest of shadows. To truly understand this crisis, we must look at the faces of those who live it every day. Consider Mr. Leung, a man in his late 60s who has lived in a cage home for over a decade. He once worked on construction sites, his body strong and capable. But years of hard labor took their toll, leaving him with chronic back pain and unable to work. With no pension and no savings, his small government allowance is just enough to cover the rent for his cage and a few simple meals. His days are long and empty. He speaks of his past with a quiet sadness, remembering a time when he had dreams of a small flat and a peaceful retirement. Now his world has shrunk to the size of his wire cage. Then there is Mrs. Chan, a 72-year-old widow who cleans office buildings late at night. She lives in a coffin home, a tiny wooden cubicle that she has tried to make her own with a few photographs of her late husband. She works 10 hours a night, her body aching, just to afford this sliver of space. She worries constantly about getting sick, knowing that if she cannot work, she will lose her home. She rarely sees her children, who are themselves struggling to make ends meet in the expensive city. Her story is one of relentless struggle, of a life spent working just to keep her head above water, with no prospect of rest. These are not isolated cases. They represent a significant and growing population of elderly poor in Hong Kong. This is a generation that helped build the city into the economic powerhouse it is today. They are the factory workers, the construction laborers, the street cleaners, and the dishwashers. They performed the essential, low-paid jobs that kept the city running. Yet, in their old age, the city they helped to build seems to have forgotten them. The social contract has been broken. The promise that hard work leads to a secure future has proven to be an illusion for so many. The emotional impact of this reality is profound. It creates a deep sense of injustice and despair. The elderly residents of these substandard homes often feel invisible, like ghosts haunting the alleyways of a city obsessed with wealth and youth. They carry a heavy burden of shame, feeling that their poverty is a personal failure rather than a societal one. Yet within this despair, there is also a quiet dignity. They face their daily hardships with a stoicism born of a lifetime of struggle. Their stories are a powerful and necessary indictment of a system that allows such extreme inequality to persist. To comprehend why people are forced into cages, we must examine the economic forces at play. Hong Kong is, paradoxically, a city of immense wealth. It boasts one of the highest concentrations of millionaires and billionaires in the world. This wealth is drawn to the city by its status as a global financial hub and, crucially, its low tax regime. There is no capital gains tax, no dividend tax, and income tax rates are among the lowest in the developed world. This makes it a tax haven, a magnet for international capital and the ultra-rich, who drive up the cost of living for everyone else. This influx of wealth has turned the property market into a speculative playground. Real estate is not just for housing. It is a primary investment asset. Global investors and local tycoons buy up properties, content to leave them empty while their value skyrockets. This constant demand, coupled with the severe lack of land, has created the world's least affordable housing market. A simple small apartment can cost millions of US dollars. For ordinary citizens, the dream of home ownership is long dead. Even renting a modest flat requires a substantial portion of one's income, pushing those at the bottom into ever smaller and more desperate living situations. The government's role in this crisis is, well, complex. For decades, it has pursued a policy of positive non-interventionism, essentially a hands-off approach to the economy. This has allowed the free market to flourish, but it has also led to massive wealth inequality. The government is the sole owner of all land, which it leases to private developers for enormous sums. This land revenue forms a significant part of the government's budget, creating a fundamental conflict of interest. Keeping land prices high is beneficial to the public purse, but it is devastating for the citizens who need an affordable place to live. The result is a city of two extremes, existing side by side. On one street, you can see a showroom for Lamborghini cars and boutiques selling $1,000 handbags. On the very next street, hidden in a decaying building, you will find people living in cages. The wealth is highly visible, a constant reminder of the gap between the haves and the have-nots. This stark contrast creates a deep social tension, a feeling that the system is rigged in favor of the rich. The gilded cage of Hong Kong's economy traps the poor in a cycle of poverty, while the wealthy enjoy the fruits of a system designed for their benefit. Life in Hong Kong is governed by a relentless work culture. The city operates at a pace that can be both exhilarating and, honestly, exhausting. Long working hours are not the exception, they are the norm. It's common for office workers to stay late into the evening, and for those in the service industry to work 6 or even 7 days a week. This work-hard mentality is deeply ingrained in the city's psyche. It's seen as a virtue, a necessary ingredient for success in a fiercely competitive environment. The pressure to perform, to earn, and to get ahead is immense, and starts from a very young age. This demanding work culture takes a significant toll on the population's health and well-being. Sleep deprivation is rampant. The average resident gets far less sleep than recommended, leading to chronic fatigue and a host of related health problems. Stress levels are extremely high, as people juggle demanding jobs, long commutes, and the constant financial pressure of living in the world's most expensive city. There is little time for leisure, for family, or for personal pursuits. Life becomes a cycle of work, eat, and sleep, with little room for anything else. This constant grind can wear people down, physically and mentally. For those at the bottom of the economic ladder, the situation is even more dire. They often work the longest hours in the most physically demanding jobs for the lowest pay. Think of the elderly woman who spends her days collecting cardboard from the streets, earning just a few dollars for a full day's back-breaking work. Or the dishwasher who stands on his feet for 12 hours straight in a hot, steamy kitchen. For them, work is not about career advancement or personal fulfillment. It is purely about survival, about earning enough to pay the rent for their coffin home and to buy their next meal. And yet, despite these pressures, the city functions with remarkable efficiency. This is a testament to the resilience and work ethic of its people. There is a collective understanding that this is what it takes to make it in Hong Kong. This shared struggle creates a sense of solidarity, a feeling that we are all in this together. But it also raises difficult questions. What is the human cost of this relentless pursuit of economic growth? And is a society that pushes its people to their physical and mental limits truly a successful one? The city's high life expectancy is a paradox, a testament to its excellent healthcare but also a mask for the daily suffering of many. Beyond the headlines of housing crises and economic pressures, Hong Kong beats with a vibrant cultural heart. It is a city where ancient traditions live comfortably alongside hypermodernity. Wander away from the central business district, and you will find yourself in a different world. Bustling wet markets spill out onto the streets, a riot of color, sound, and smell. Here, vendors hawk fresh vegetables, live seafood, and exotic fruits. The air is filled with the rhythmic chopping of cleavers and the lively chatter of bargaining. It is a sensory experience that connects the city to its deep culinary roots. Food is central to life in Hong Kong. From the humble Dai Pai Dong, an open-air food stall, to the world's most decorated Michelin-starred restaurants, the city is a paradise for food lovers. A daily ritual for many is a visit to a Cha Chan Teng, a local-style cafe. Here you can find classic comfort foods like pineapple buns and egg tarts, washed down with the city's famous milk tea. This unique brew, a strong black tea mixed with evaporated milk, is a symbol of Hong Kong's East meets West identity. It's more than just a drink, it's a moment of pause, a small comfort in a fast-paced day. Festivals punctuate the year, bringing the community together in celebration. During Chinese New Year, the city explodes in a riot of red and gold. Families gather for elaborate feasts. Temples are filled with worshippers praying for good fortune, and the sky is lit up by spectacular firework displays. The Dragon Boat Festival sees teams of paddlers race across the harbor in brightly decorated boats, to the thunderous beat of drums. These traditions are not just for tourists. They are a vital part of the city's identity, a link to its past, and a way of reinforcing community bonds. This rich cultural tapestry provides a crucial counterbalance to the stresses of urban life. It offers a sense of belonging and continuity in a city that is constantly changing. It is in these shared rituals, these familiar tastes, and these community gatherings that the true spirit of Hong Kong can be found. It's a spirit of resilience, of adaptability, and of a deep appreciation for the small joys of life. It reminds us that even in the shadow of the tallest skyscrapers, human culture, in all its richness and complexity, continues to thrive and find expression. Hong Kong operates on a set of unwritten rules and surprising beliefs that are just as important as its formal laws. One of the most fascinating is the enduring influence of feng shui. This ancient Chinese art of placement is taken very seriously, especially in the world of business and real estate. Major corporations will pay vast sums to feng shui masters to ensure their headquarters are designed to maximize positive energy, or QE. The famous HSBC building, for example, is renowned for its open ground floor, designed to allow good fortune to flow unimpeded from the mountain to the sea. Even the placement of a desk or a door can be a matter of intense deliberation. This belief in unseen forces exists alongside a society that is, in many ways, remarkably orderly. Despite its extreme density, Hong Kong has one of the lowest crime rates in the world. The streets are safe to walk at any time of day or night. This sense of security is partly due to a visible and trusted police force, but it also stems from a deep-seated social contract. There is a collective respect for rules and order, a shared understanding that this is necessary for a city of so many people to function smoothly. People queue patiently, respect public transport etiquette, and generally coexist in a peaceful and harmonious way. The city's infrastructure is another marvel of efficiency. The MTR subway system is a world-class example of public transportation. It is clean, reliable, and moves millions of people around the city every day with astonishing speed. The healthcare system, too, is surprisingly advanced and accessible. Despite the hardships faced by many, Hong Kong boasts one of the highest life expectancies on the planet. This is a testament to the quality of its public hospitals and the expertise of its medical professionals. It is one of the city's great paradoxes, a place where you can live in a cage but still receive some of the best medical care in the world. These surprising elements, superstition, order, and efficiency, are all part of Hong Kong's unique character. They reveal a society that is both deeply traditional and incredibly modern. It's a place that looks to the future with ambition and innovation, but still holds on to the ancient beliefs and social codes that have shaped its identity. This complex interplay of the old and the new, the mystical and the practical, is what makes Hong Kong so endlessly fascinating. It's a city that defies easy categorization, a place where hidden patterns and unseen forces are always at play beneath the surface. As our journey through Hong Kong comes to a close, we are left with a series of profound and unsettling paradoxes. This is a city of staggering wealth, yet it is home to some of the most shocking poverty in the developed world. It is a place of breathtaking innovation and architectural marvels, yet thousands of its citizens live in conditions that belong to a bygone century. It boasts world-class infrastructure and a globally significant economy, but it fails to provide the most basic human need, a dignified home, for so many of its people. The glittering skyline hides a dark and uncomfortable truth about the human cost of unchecked capitalism. The spirit of the Hong Kong people is, in itself, a paradox. It is a spirit forged in hardship, defined by resilience and an almost unbelievable capacity for endurance. The residents of the Coffin homes and cage mansions are not merely victims, they are survivors. They navigate their challenging lives with a quiet determination that is both heartbreaking and inspiring. Their stories force us to confront difficult questions about our own societies. What do we owe to the elderly, the low-paid, and the vulnerable? And what is the true measure of a city's success? Is it the height of its buildings, or the well-being of its most forgotten citizens? Hong Kong's global significance cannot be overstated. It is a vital artery in the world's circulatory system of trade and finance. It is one of the world's largest trading economies, a major hub for gold, and its port remains one of the busiest on the planet. This economic power gives it an influence that extends far beyond its small geographical footprint. Yet this global success story is built upon a foundation that is, for many, deeply unstable. The city's future depends on its ability to resolve these internal contradictions, to find a way to share its prosperity more equitably among all who call it home. Ultimately, Hong Kong is a microcosm of the challenges facing our increasingly urbanized world. It is a living laboratory where the forces of globalization, tradition, wealth, and poverty collide with spectacular and sometimes tragic results. It serves as a powerful and perhaps cautionary tale. The city's enduring spirit, its vibrant culture, and the sheer will of its people offer a glimmer of hope. But the shadows of the cage homes and coffin mansions linger. A stark reminder that progress has a price, and that for some, that price is simply too high to bear. The story of Hong Kong is a story of contrast, a symphony of light and shadow that continues to unfold.